who are you?
I'm Lydia.
Okay.
And this is my abuela, a nurse.
Very good. Go ahead and ask your questions.
What is your job?
I'm a nurse.
What does a typical day at your job look like?
Well, as a nurse, I work on a shift, and my shift is at night when everybody is sleeping. And one of the things that I do is when somebody comes into the detention center, I take their vital signs, find out what kind of medications they take, if they take it, where they get their medication, and I give that information to the booking nurse, who then helps assess the patient to determine what kind of care they're going to get while they're staying with us.
What does your uniform look like?
Well, what I wear is called scrubs. It's a type of uniform, and usually it's pants and a top, and it's helped to make sure that we're covered and we can move comfortably.
What
Tools. What tools?
What tools do you use?
So most of all, I use my sight because I have to look at the patient. I use my hearing because I ask questions and I have to hear what the patient is telling me. And I observe with my eyes. I observe, like, what their skin looks like, if they have any injuries, and then touch, because then I can feel if they're swollen and that. But I also use a stethoscope, which I use to listen to the lungs and heart. And then I have a pen light, which I don't always use, but I can turn it on, and I can look down their throat or in their nose or in the ears. And then I also use it to assess the eyes. So our eyes or pupils go up, they constrict, or they dilate, they open up. And so this light helps me determine if your eyes are dilating. And then, let's see, what else do I do?
What tools?
Oh, and then a thermometer, which I use to take the temperature, because that will tell me if you have a fever or not. And then I also use a blood pressure cuff, and this tells me what your blood pressure is. And that's basically telling me how your heart is working.
Okay.
What do you always get asked?
Well, it's more me asking questions than them asking me, my patients asking me questions. If they do ask me, they're asking me, what can they do for whatever health issue they're having. Like if they have pain, they ask me what they can do for that, or they're asking me for medication to help with that pain. Mostly, I give Tylenol or aspirin or something like that. And then when they're telling me they're hurting, I'll ask them where they're hurting, how long it's been going on, what they think caused it. So there's a lot of questions. So I do a lot of questioning, and more so me asking questions than them.
What is your favorite
Par.
part of your job?
I like helping my patients feel better and being healthier.
So where does your abuela work? Where do you work, abuela?
I work at a detention center, so I work with people who have broke the law, and I just want to make sure that while they're staying in my facility, that they're healthy.
Very good. Lavidia, do you have any other questions for your abuela?
How does it work?
How does what work?
How do you know what they need?
Sometimes they tell me what they need, and then I also do that. Remember I was telling you I ask questions?
Mhm.
So I ask questions and I also observe. So I watch how they're acting. And I'm just watching for signs.
Very good. Okay. Can you tell abuela thank you for the interview?
Thank you for the
You're welcome.
Yes. Thank you, abuela.